Okay, bonjour. Let's take a look today at reflexive verbs, les verbes réfléchir. Reflexive verbs are verbs whose actions are reflected back onto the subject. If you recall, the subject is what determines the verb's conjugation, controls the verb's conjugation. For example, être changes to suis with je, so you get je suis. A regular ER verb like changer changes to ES with tu, so you get tu change. Reflexive verbs also follow the same rule of conjugation with the subject, with the added twist that the action of the verb goes back onto the subject. It's reflected back to the subject. Let's take a look at the following two sentences to see what I mean. So these are reflexive verbs versus non-reflexive verbs. Non-reflexive, je regarde la télévision. I'm watching the television. But watch what happens when we put a reflexive pronoun in it. In the following sentence, je me regarde dans le miroir. I am looking at myself in the mirror. Let's take a look at another example of reflexive versus non-reflexive. Elle aime son fiancé. She loves her fiancé. Reflexive, elle s'aime. She loves herself. So the verb here is reflexive. It's going back to its self. So let's take a look at the examples. Aimer, to love. S'aimer, to love oneself. Similarly, regarder means to watch or to look. Se regarder means to watch oneself or to look at oneself. Let's take a look at a few more examples of reflexive verbs, verbs whose actions go back onto the subject itself. This is se réveiller, to wake oneself or to wake oneself up. Se lever, to get oneself up. Se laver, to wash oneself. Se brosser, to brush oneself. Se brosser les dents, to brush one's teeth. Se brosser les cheveux, to brush one's hair. Se doucher, to shower oneself. Se sécher, to dry oneself. Se maquiller, to put on makeup on oneself. And se raser la figure, to shave one's face. Se raser les jambes, to shave one's legs. You'll notice that in front of each of these verbs, known as the reflexive pronoun, is se. Se is a reflexive pronoun which bounces the action back onto the subject. Think of it as a mirror. Se raser, meaning to shave oneself. Watch how this regular ER verb conjugates. Look at its endings, but also pay attention to this se and how it changes. Je me rase. Tu te rases. Es. We're seeing the regular ER verb pattern here. Il, elle se rase. On se rase. Qui se rase? Who shaves themselves? Nous rasons, ONS, we shave ourselves. Vous rasez. Il se rase, elle se rase, ENT. Let's take a look at some negative examples. We're going to use se réveiller, to wake oneself, but we're going to use ne pas. Je ne me réveille pas. I don't wake myself. Notice the position of the ne pas and notice how the me réveille stays together. Let's continue. Tu ne te réveilles pas. Elle ne se réveille pas. Nous ne nous réveillons pas. Once again, the reflexive pronoun and the verb stick together. Vous ne vous réveillez pas. You don't wake yourself or yourselves up. Il ne se réveille pas. Okay, so that was a quick look at le verbe réfléchir. Now in the link, in the description, there's going to be a link to a handout with a chart on it. Do your best to fill in the chart and we will take it up as we go along.